What a Family, Spy X Family and Tensura by captainakram5. Rimuru vs. Demons. Rimuru turned to Shizu and gave her his most charming smile. Shizu, can you hide in a corner please? Okay. Anya and Rimuru communicating in their mind. Anya. Expressionless, what a charmer. Rimuru. Brew what? Anya. If you are going to protect your girl. Rimuru. She is not my girlfriend. He saw Shizu running. Rimuru mood quickly turned into a more threatening mood than the rest of the enemy's crew felt. Quote. She. Start counting and closed your eyes. He said. Anya. Start counting 1. With his crazy speed, Rimuru AP paired under one of the demon and kicked his jewels. Rimuru cut him in half. Spin. Demon. W, what are you doing, idiots? Take it. Quote. 2. He escaped the blast and hit him in the face with his elbow. Feel that someone else is trying to blast him from behind. 3. YN hid and the blast accidentally hit his own comrade, but burning him by mistake while YN quickly ran and stabbed his sword at the demon's sword. Skash. After Rimuru has killed the second, he turns his attention to the blue demon who is hit by the sword and Rimuru ushers it back into his throat, before Rimuru with all his strength leads the sword to his chin and through his face, killing him and throwing him. 4. Quote. With the third demon gone, Rimuru dodged the boss kick and stabbed the enemy's leg, making him scream in pain, retreating a little while the other members of demons rushed into the Rimuru corner. 5. Too slow. Rimuru made fun of them as he sewed up again and slash at their chests. 7 water slash cut each as they all retreated. 6. Seizing the top, Rimuru tacked one with his arm, stabbing him in the neck while he stabbed the guy next to him. 6 enemies descended and only 2 Monseeks remained. 7. The 7th pirate met his own death as Rimuru slash at the demon temple while the last wounded pirate tried to charge Rimuru his spear, only for the agent R to move away and push his dagger into his forehead, killing him. Taud. 8. Quote. With his attention that remained only on the boss, he blast die at Shizu and charges forward towards Rimuru order to kill him. Rimuru R and to stop the boss as he threw his weapon on his case and quickly took out his 7 daggers, throwing it on the torso, the pirate's legs, and as the pirate stopped moving, Rimuru moved forward and stabbed his skull several times while falling. Nef. Crash. Rimuru. Oh, shit. Anya is going to see all these corpses. He said, so he quickly carried her without her noticing that she was far from the place. Like the wind, they reached outside and Rimuru quickly removed his bloody mask so that he could testify and hides right eye. Eyes closed. Anya. Rimuru, you idiot brother of mine. She opens her eyes angry pouting, seeing Rimuru standing in the middle of outside, eyes closed. Quote. Shizu is in a corner murmuring thanks. Location. London. A man in a shop reading. His name Sakamoto, he is calm and he is an ex-assassin. He used to train your. Another boring day. Just then a man enter the building. Are you Mr. Sakamoto? Sakamoto. Yes, what is to you? I came to hire you as a teacher. Sakamoto. Expressionless, are you kidding me? Desmond. Mr. Name is Mr. Desmond. Sakamoto. I am not doing it. Desmond. You know I know your secret. And you don't want your wife to know about this. Japan. Man. Die. This man is one of the supernatural wanted list. Dio. He have the powers that are related to vampire. Same plaque. Another individual a killer. Jack the Reaper. Another place. A female is on his computer, he have a power to find things in his computer. He found it. Mrs. Your. Thorn Princess. Assassin. I finally found you, my love. It was a night, good fight and so on. The next day in the afternoon. Yor smiled as Lloyd, Beldora, Milam and Rimuru helped him move his boxes to his new room. Quote. Yor. Are you sure we can sleep in separate rooms? You asked. Lloyd. Yes, I don't want to make you uncomfortable. In addition, girls like to share a room, Lloyd reassured. However, when we have guests, we have to share to maintain appearances. I hope you don't mind. Quote. Yor. Not at all. Thank you, Lloyd, said Yor with a smile. Rimuru with sonic face. Are you sure you agree to marry Lloyd and not just pretend for the interview? Yor. I'm sure. My brother is really worried that I've been single for so long, I want to reassure him. In addition, the secret police arrested single women over 25, suspecting them of being spies, and I don't want this to happen to me, Yor explained with a drop of sweat. Beside, I can watch you and so I can continue my work as an assassin without suspicion, says to herself. Rimuru. Still want to kill me for assassin work? Don't worry, I will make you overprotective of all of us. Veldora. Oh, that makes sense. Well, I'm glad we can help you while you help us a lot. Yor. Of course. I will do my best to be the best mother you can ask for. Yor exclaimed with a smile. Veldora smiled as Yor asked, do you need help unpacking? Yor. Oh, no, I got it. You exclaimed. I have a lot of my assassin equipment in these boxes. Single quote. Lloyd. Okay, if you need help, let us know, Lloyd said. After less than a minute, Yor came out with completely empty and flattened boxes, shocking them all. The op characters. What the hell? Anya. I'm so excited to have a mom now. I want to help. Anya exclaimed. Lloyd. Oh, by the way, I had a friend of mine whose judge made our marriage certificate dated a year ago. We can find the reason why we lived separately until now later, Lloyd explained. The father, the best spy in the West. The mother, mortal murderer. Rimuru is a god idol. Milim is a demon. Veldora is a dragon detective. The eldest daughter, a shapeshift vigilante. And the youngest girl, mind-reading telepath. Together, they formed the Forger family, all hiding their identities from the others except the children that know each other identities. Lloyd looked in Yor's room and took a frame. Lloyd. Oh, it must be your younger brother. Yor nodded as Lloyd continued. Yor. He was a civil servant. Yes, but he's been very busy lately, so I could only talk to him on the phone, Yor explained. Lloyd nodded before Yor said, Lloyd, I don't think I have anything suitable to wear to the interview. Lloyd. Okay, then let's go to the tailor, Lloyd said with a smile. Afterwards, the family lived just in the living room kitchen when Yor asked, can I bring you something, Lloyd? Lloyd with sugar and milk, said Lloyd. Yes. Anya shouted happily. Do you want something, boys? You asked. Boys blushed and said, ooh, just a tea please. And you don't need to callous, just Veldora and Rimuru are fine. Oh, okay, said Yor. The family sat down and Yor brought sweets and drink. Yor. These candies are amazing. Are they homemade? You asked. Lloyd. Yes, even though it was the first time I made cookies. I just followed the recipe, Lloyd explained. I helped. Anya exclaimed. The teenagers and Lloyd's sweat fell, remembering how she made a huge mess. Lloyd. Now, let's train for the interview, said Lloyd, grabbing a pair of glasses and pretending to be an interviewer. Lloyd. Eden College is one of the most prestigious schools in the country. They not only interview children, but also parents. And, unfortunately Luna, you will have to be very exceptional, not only because you are a transfer, but also because you are an adopted child. They will try to evaluate our social status as well as your intellect and elegance. Rimuru swallowed but nodded, accepting the challenge to stay in this house with this family. Now let's start the questions. What's your name and address, little one? Lloyd asked. Anya FF. Holger address. Anya asked. What are your methods to help your children pass their exams? Lloyd asked. Yor. Pass. Pass, as in pass. I would say a cardiac arrest, Yor said. Rimuru. It's hopeless, only Luna gave a reasonable answer, but it doesn't even portray her as an upper-class child. Milim. Well, so why don't we do upper-class things? Time skip. Lloyd took the everyone to an opera. Anya quickly fell asleep while the teenager and Yor were watching the show, both of. Then they went to an art museum in which Anya was walking extremely noisy while Yor looked at a work of art that had a guillotine. There was a crowd of people surrounding a wolf, who was lying on the ground under the boot of a man, who rose triumphantly above. Quote. Milim. Boobin's hunter, Lloyd remarked, turning to Luna, only to see that his face showed a painful emotion. Lloyd. Is something wrong, Milim? Milim turned to him for a moment before clearing her throat. I feel bad for the wolf, Milim said. Lloyd. Do you like animals? Lloyd asked. Milim chuckled and rubbed a hand on his neck. I used to have a cat but it died. Lloyd. Okay, tell, if you want. She is terribly perceptive for a 16-year-old girl. Lloyd thought to himself before Anya caught his attention, screaming and making a fuss. Rimuru looked and laughed, before taking a look at a child's area. How about taking him there? He suggested. The couple met Yor and Anya and went to the children's area so that Anya could have fun. While Anya was about to play, the other three sat on the benches next to the playground. Quote. So Luna, what kind of books do you like to read? Yor asked. Oh. I like action genres, but my favorite should be fantasy, Rimuru replied. That's good, maybe we could get you a library card on the way back, Yor suggested. Luna blushed and nodded. Why fantasy, if you don't mind me asking? Lloyd asked. Quote. Beldora coughed and said. It's a beautiful escape into new worlds. Yor laughs and says. My brother Yuri also likes fantasy, I think you both would hear each other. Beldora and Milim smiled softly and nodded their head while Lloyd was suspicious of them. Does they have a secret past? Nonsense, Twilight is probably just something to do with being a homeless orphan. Luna then glanced at Anya. We should go get her. Minutes later. Lloyd then took his family to take a family portrait. The family posed, and when the photo came back, everyone except Lloyd was super tense and frowning. The group then left to have lunch in a restaurant where Rimuru received a dish that had a kind of writing on it, but Luna didn't care and ate her lunch. Rimuru, Anya, you won't be able to become tall and strong like me if you only eat peanuts, Rimuru remarked to her sister. Anya gasped and immediately began to slaughter her food, determined to become a spicy strongest like her father and brother. After lunch, they walked until they succeeded in a kind of political gathering, the speaker demanding peace with the West. The people in the crowd, for the most part, booed him, wanting war the most. Quote. Help Yahoo Yuke my purse. Rimuru stepped back and continued to run after the man, only for Lloyd to jump from a bridge on the man, incapacitating him. Lloyd. This man is a purse thief. Call the authorities so that he can be put back, Lloyd said in a calm tone as Yor and Luna approached him. Rimuru, do you have the purse? Luna asked. Lloyd reached out and grabbed him by the thief's hands, nodding his head. Quote. Rimuru, so, let's give it back to him. He and his family returning to the old lady. Milim turned her eye to that of a hawk to spot the lady, running towards her once she was spotted. Quote. Madam. Milim called. The old lady turned around to see Milim and her family running. Lloyd held her purse and said, here's your purse. Oh, thank you. I have a lot of money in there because I was about to buy a gift for my grandson, said the lady happily. You should probably thank my wife and daughter. I wouldn't even have followed him if they hadn't gone first, Lloyd said, making a gesture to the children and Yor. Milim blushed slightly as the lady began to thank her and Yor. Then the lady took out some candies and kept them to herself and Anya. Here, you guys deserve candy, the lady said with a smile. Rimuru took the candy with hesitation and began to eat it while Anya caused a slight commotion. What a wonderful family you are, said the lady with a closed smile. Lloyd sighed and thought, is she really thinking we are a family? Well, it's a beginning. On the roof. Woman. TCHWHO is that man with my Yor.